in the standings. We'll see if they can keep that rolling. We're straight into game one.
Wow. Straight up, what I'm noticing right here, the Rise. This is the second time I feel like we have Rise in summer. The first one was Sanji, if I'm not wrong, from NIP, picking it into a Rumble. And this time around, it's going to be picked into a Kennen ranged versus ranged matchup. Can clear up the wave pretty quickly as well. So should be able to stay at a pretty safe distance away from 369. However, looking at the composition, it's like AL's composition for the game that we just watched, minus the top lane, which instead of Kennen is a Rise. It's what we're expecting. We have been talking over and over again about JACKEYLOVE and Meiko and how they're probably the best ball lane in the LPL. The cleanse right there. They haven't even touched the wave, Munch!
That's a stun, but a flash forward from Hung. As JACKEYLOVE chunked low. That might be enough with Wei now being pulled to the bottom lane. The jungler already has to try and move bot lane. By the way, it's Sejuani versus Xin Zhao in this bottom lane. Wei moves in. JACKEYLOVE still level 1, so won't have his arcane shift available. He's going to flash forwards. Of course he is. It's JACKEYLOVE, but he goes down to GALA. Just about saving Hung's life, I think, is now a flash forward from 369 at the top side. Tian set up. Wind becomes lightning, and a spear becomes a kill at the top side.
Oh, great pathing from Tien as well. Completely ignores the top side of his map, going straight for that overextension onto Zika.
Much more comfortable within this roster. Felt like previously it was top esports with their new mid laner Cream that has to step up. Now it feels like Cream is just one of the number, you know? It feels like the expectation of him is almost as high as the rest of the players on the roster.
It's actually, I would say, a good comparison. It's sort of like Sheer to Cream, because it kind of feels the same. You're playing around players who have so much experience. They're absolute legends in the game. You've got double world champion in your team if you're Cream as well. So you have to step up to the occasion. You cannot just be somebody who's getting used to mages because you're really good at...
Zika holding the wave away from him and starting to really win out these trades. Wei's moving into the top side, the Rune Prison to set up for the Glacial Prison. So many prisons, and 369 is into penitentiary.
Yeah, 369 goes straight into that gray screen prison. It was a great play from the bot lane of top esports and has netted them a lot of advantages towards the top side of the map. It's constantly pushed. They're constantly 1 to 2 levels up on their counterparts. Scout is just going to check in, but there's Smite on Tien. Thank you for the extra damage, I guess.
Worth the shot. You got your ability to just ping back out into the jungle. You might as well try and get the G-Got those first 3. We're up again in 30 seconds. Scout, though, went forward for a trade. He just gets called out by Tien. Fantastic bit of damage coming down onto LNG's mid laner. He doesn't have TP available either. That should just be grubs, surely, for Tien now.
Oh, absolutely. That was a great trade right there from top esports. Will not net in void grabs yet. There's another 15 seconds, and Scout would have made his way back by that time, but definitely gives them a lot of pressure on the map, because Tien gets to reset first onto the map, gets his Sundered Sky, fully completed item onto the Xin Zhao. Pretty good of a spike of a first item onto Xin Zhao as well, and very much more importantly, Cream gets that reset here, will be able to TP back into his lane to try and potentially go for those void grabs over the top side of the map. You see, JACKEYLOVE and Meiko are already moving on the map too.
We could have a 5v5 on our hands here. Cream going to TP back in. That's 1 grub, 4 for LNG here. Tien moves in to deny the others. I thought top esports would be in a better position to just go for it, but wanting to reset. So they'll only get 2 for themselves, but at least deny more than 4. Not going to be the end of the world for them. So all things considered, it feels quite tense in this early game, doesn't it? It feels like it's been a few months. This really has been the style that they start to lean into. GALA has to flash. Oh, Sight steps away from the Glacial Fissure as well. But with 1 more Q and an auto, JACKEYLOVE will find a lane kill.
And it shows you how impressive this duo is. The Ezreal plus the Braum. We've got so many tools to keep chasing, even though I need to comment Gala. He had pretty good happy feet right there. He was dodging the Q from the Brom. He was dodging the ultimate. We're going to pan onto a ward. The TP is going to be coming in. And looking at JACKEYLOVE and Mako, no flashes.
Scout wants to try and make something happen. Cleanse available for JACKEYLOVE. Arcane Shift. Cleanses away from a stun. Hung underneath the tower here as JACKEYLOVE tries to sidestep everything. The CC is enough in the end. And Scout cuts him to pieces. Early roam, or at least an early lean towards bot. Set them up to protect his bot lane and to keep JACKEYLOVE and Mako from snowballing too hard. JACKEYLOVE now 2 deaths on the scoreboard already, but he's getting himself some plating. He's got plenty of kills. He's looking to... Oh, he's got 1 kill. It's maybe not plenty, but he's got a kill.
And this might be plenty for JACKEYLOVE. You never know.
It's certainly plenty to start the snowball rolling, right? He's got a 500 gold lead. But it's matched by Zika in the top side, and then there's also a lead for Scout. So LNG doing a good job in this early game, and they're quite happy with a quieter game. We saw one series from them where they played really fast and aggressive. LNG very happy with a slower pace of game. Top Esports showing that against PLG as well.
And now, on the contrary as the last game that we just watched, with pretty much the same composition that AL have, LNG has it here as well. They're an all-in composition. They've got the Ryze instead of the Cannon. However, this time around, Top Esports, every single champion that they own is so good at disengaging. Diving into Cannon, bet. You've got ultimates from Azir and Zinzao and Brom, Ezreal, super sleeper in those teamfights as well. So every single one of them has so much agency in terms of getting dived that LNG's task, even though they're pretty even in terms of gold and they're ahead even.
Oh, QE from Zika finishes off the tower. Okay, he's not actually looking for the one he wants. He goes for the Realm Warp, gets himself out to safety. You can see JACKEYLOVE and Mako were moving their way up as well. Herald has spawned onto the map, and now a potential dive under the inhib from the side of LNG. They're going to thread a tier 2 down in the bot side at 15 minutes on the clock. Great play from LNG to punish Top Esports Rogue.
That is 3 towers within 30 seconds, if I'm not wrong. Great stuff from LNG right here, playing the side lanes. Top Esports grouping up a little bit too much, playing from that top side. I feel like they grabbed their referral as well. They committed one too many bodies, expecting LNG potentially play towards splitting Top Esports apart. Because if you have them as a whole, they do have a lot of engaged potential and CC to lock it down in a straight up 5 versus 5. So getting your advantages through the side lanes, making sure you've got the items, and then you can force the fights.
See, perhaps a little bit more early play from them. Herald down in the mid lane now as JACKEYLOVE looks to get a hit onto that tower. Don't know if the Herald will quite finish that one. As TN dives aboard the Herald, I'm pretty sure to dodge the ultimate from way there.
Great stuff. JACKEYLOVE sidesteps that as well. And I will 100% agree with you. I feel like it's sort of the same story as when we talked about
Play slow, steady. Drake coming up in 20 seconds.
Play for team fights.
Well, this could be an opportunity for a team fight. Top Esports got the first 2 Drakes, with another Drake spawning in 20 seconds time and a TP into that mid lane. Coming out from Cream, he's just finished off his Leandries. 2 items on that Azir. LNG with control of River for now, and they have so much control when it comes to finding a fight. In terms of when they want to fight, it's all in control of LNG. Nice little sidestep there from Zika. On the Winter's Bite, Top Esports, time to move in. 9k on the Drake. This could well end up in a 50-50. Mako happy to be the one to walk on forwards. Trying to use that Celestial opposition. Trying to dodge everything so it's not propped too early here. So he can be that tank. Mako stands and tanks Scout to Zika, looking for a way around. Hung flashes for the engagement. Creep immediately disengages. Mako blocks the bullet time, and now everybody diving forwards. True Shot Barrage there, but LNG caught by the slicing maelstrom. It's huge, but it's not huge enough. It's tiny, in fact. Top Esports sent away LNG. Their health bars are just too strong, but JACKEYLOVE goes down in the end. TN alone, perhaps can find more. Gets one, looks for GALA as well. The red buff working out. Wind becomes lightning, and he finds the triple. A quadra, in fact. TN is insane. 369 is like spam picking GALA. He's like, this guy, go for that guy. Great win. Wind becomes lightning across 2 targets as well to set up the follow-up onto GALA. Beautiful team fighting from TN. JACKEYLOVE on a knife's edge to turning it into a big play for himself as well. Bullet time going to come on through. Look at that combo. Mako almost goes down despite the unbreakable. He is still alive in the glacial fissure. Well, actually pull him to safety. Way, the one that has to retreat instead. Scout now on the top side of the fight as well. Cream in a 1v1, but he's out of mana. And Scout finds his mark. LNG now charged down the mid lane, or maybe even look towards Baron.
There you go. Well, arguably, Wayward would like to not be behind.
Top Esports try to fight for vision control around the river. Drake has spawned, and it will be complete control for Top Esports on that bottom side of the map. Doesn't look like something LNG want to contest right now. They got that one Drake for themselves in the previous fight, the one that set up TN for a quadra kill. Maybe that's what scared them off. TN is in the area, and that's one pointy end on that spear that they don't want to meet again.
Now, I've been saying this quite a lot recently. I feel like what makes a great team is how you call off a play, not how you plan a play.
Around the Baron pit. LNG way and hung though. Gonna wait a moment and then face check on in. Mako could be in trouble. Unbreakable comes through. Gala wants to make a move, but JACKEYLOVE's trying to threaten him in the side. A scout now moves over. In the meantime, there's a tier 3 under siege from Zika. He's literally sieging an inhib tower solo, and 369. It doesn't seem like there's anything he can do about it.
You can't really reach up to the wave, right? Ryze has more wave clear than you. He clears the wave faster. He's got 2.5 items. He's got an hourglass, or half an hourglass rather, in his inventory. You cannot necessarily engage onto him or clear the wave faster. 369, 2 levels down. Level 16 right now. Full hourglass completed onto Zika. And I feel like this is exactly what LNG were looking for when they were calling off that dragon play. They know that they will have the items available to them to fight Top Esports in 3 minutes when it spawns, or when it's Baron time, or maybe it's now catching Mako in the river.
Unbreakable has already been used. Gala has bullet time if he wants to use it as well, and there we go. The call made by LNG, great pick, and suddenly Baron wide open to them. It's only the support that's gone down, but I think you're happy to take a 4v5. Never mind, they found JACKEYLOVE. Everybody dives on top, and LNG. Wow, what a way to suddenly find an advantage. 2 picks back-to-back. The bot lane from Top Esports just removed from the equation.
2 dead, however, TN is still around. If he wants to dive in and try to steal that Baron, 369 is going down as well.
God, LNG, they're so efficient. The speed at which these players drop. Everybody on the same page. Gorgeous setup for the Baron at Top Esports. Found wanting. The projectile, so last second over the wall there. Gets caught by that knockup. And then that leads to the ultimate. That leads to his demise. 2 and 4 for JACKEYLOVE on his signature pick as well. Does feel a little bit like Top Esports have been kind of called out by LNG in this game. LNG very much the ones in control, and very much the ones that are looking like the better team on the day right now. Top Esports desperate to hang on. 5,000 gold lead though. 29 minutes and LNG continues to take these towers.
I feel like that we mentioned that it's time to fight because Top Esports would want the soul. Now LNG have the perfect setup. They've got more items, they've got vision, they've got Baron, they've got the push, and they can very safely walk into this river. Top Esports are bleeding slowly but surely. It's so difficult for them to actually make a play here because your side lanes are constantly bleeding. Yone is stronger than any of your solo laners, and Ryze is stronger than any of your solo laners at this point.
Nice try from JACKEYLOVE to steal away the soul there. TN on the top side. That's 2 ultimates. Use Solar Flare. Try and capture TN, but that's going to force his flash out. And suddenly, there's not a lot left in the tank for Top Esports. They've already used Mako's ult. They've already used TN's ult. They're just playing defensively at this point in LNG. Very happy to just steal away this entire jungle. They'll get a finish for 369. So in a fight, we've got to keep our eyes on that wrap.
Every single member from the side of Top Esports has completed 3 items. They could catch them in this choke point, would be huge. I think it's very clever for Top Esports to sort of threaten the Baron.
Oh, the Solar Flare on multiple players. Scout dives onto the backline. JACKEYLOVE flashes away, but he's flashed away from his team who are all in tatters. Cream tries to disengage, and he will save Mako's life. 2 for 0 in favor of LNG.
As a few Poke spells coming out from JACKEYLOVE. It is Tien and Meiko by his side. Weiwei is about to be by his side as well as Hang, who are looking for flanks.
Tien forced the flash as well. It's as easy as that for Weiwei. And that'll be Drake secured by LNG. Nicely done. Great little flank on the end of the play as well. I think Hung and Weiwei both getting big value out of their Warmogs. Being a part of the fight, backing away for a second, and then re-engaging once more.
Very slippery. Tien had his flash right there, had to use it to get out into safety. Tien is around, and there is the blast cone available.
Both solo laners top esports have TP available, so this becomes extremely dicey for LNG. If Cream and 369 join the play, that's a TP behind enemy lines. Missed too early from Hung. The solar flare doesn't find the stun. In goes Scout. 369 has slicing Maelstrom, and he'll lock the Yone up, but there's no damage there to follow it up, and JACKEYLOVE fell instead. Top esports try and make a hero play. I think they realized their days were numbered. And LNG, they're the ones holding the calendar. They charged down mid lane, and that might just be game.
Yeah, that was the last chance from Top esports to make any play onto the map. Zika is also going to flank Meiko, not allowing him to hold the wave right there. 369 pushed out the play too. They're gonna at least take that inhibitor. 25 seconds on both Tien and JACKEYLOVE. LNG do not necessarily have a beefy wave. There's another one coming. 369 was playing.
Weiwei was stopping the recall coming out from 369, which means Meiko goes down in a 1v3. The tower's not quite enough. There are minions underneath the bot lane tower. Maybe they could go for a second inhib instead. 369 moves up as 5 seconds until Tien's back up. LNG wants to try and finish this one. Scout flashes for the play and finds 369. Gorgeous game on the Yone. LNG will find the win. Tien tries to defend, but there is nothing left to be done for Top esports. They have been called out by LNG. Cream, he's managed to find 4 of them, but he's also found his demise. Slightly behind from the previous series, but guess what? We're going to skip our break in order to catch up to the live feed. And in the meantime, Weiwei moves up to the top side straight off of the bat. We begin with action here. 369 will be stunned. The flash, actually buffers the stun coming out from Weiwei. And 369 survives.
Ooh, just about gets out right there.
Scout going for
excellent.
A long trade on Cream here. Nicely done, actually. Let's get some good damage.
And again, I want to also highlight Weiwei from the previous game because he was the unsung hero. It happens a lot in the jungle that you're setting up your lanes for success, but your laners happen to be a lot more flashy.
On the Ziggs this time around, quite a different composition overall. As Tien moves into that top side, Zika does have that flash available. Ooh, nice try from Tien. Can't quite find it, though.
Procs the electrocute. Quite poked in lane for Zika right there. Walks up to Tien as well. Tien is like, you know what? If you're willing to take that trade, I'm down to have it. Just about close enough to that tri-bush to put that ward down. Reminder, Zika does have his flash available, but his wave was not at the best state right there. Tien is going to stick around. He has 2 camps available, third one spawning. He's going to choose to stick around, see if Zika overextends right here. Maybe try to punish, but again, look what's happening on the other side. It's the same as game number 1. Tien overstays his welcome to the tops of the map, trying to punish Zika, who has the flash. Will they lose Dragon? JACKEYLOVE.
JACKEYLOVE as well. GALA, really nice W there. Flash from Meiko, answered by GALA as well. Slow onto JACKEYLOVE. The observers had gone to him in the middle of a fight. That's not even possible anymore. It's just old habits die hard, I guess. Hung ignited. Is he going to go down? Is Meiko going to try for a little bit more? Hung backs away from the tower, will survive. LNG surviving in that bottom side as Weiwei wants to do the opposite to 369. He wants to unsurvive him in the top lane. Stun's going to come on through. The buffer a little bit too early, and there's first blood for Weiwei.
Oh, great stuff from Weiwei. I think he has been a fantastic addition to the roster. And this time around, he's just wasting no time. He's so efficient on the map. The second he sees Tien, he's taking something on the other side of the map. However, Scout
in the lane. Scout gonna get died. He was too much of a problem last time around. We're going to deal with that Meiko. Somehow his Zenith doesn't connect there, and now another Sabotage charge onto JACKEYLOVE. Flash forced in the bottom lane, flash forced in the mid lane.
No deaths going down. Top esports are gonna stick around and potentially try again. There's no flash, no ultimate onto Scout.
Weiwei suspects something's up.
Weiwei.
They've found him. Tries to get over the wall. Flash available, but it's too late. The burn! The burn! The burn! Oh, it's not enough! Weiwei walks away.
Oh, they're going back mid lane.
Oh, no. Oh, Mako's just not stopping. Oh, what goes up must come down. It's like Elise all over again, just a million years apart. Scout somehow surviving. The sustain from Hung is insane. He's got heal as well as the Rakan heal on his Glimmer Quill. Oh my days, Scout somehow lives it. LNG to stymie the plays from top esports. Mako moves back in because Wild and Zen played. So is the Glacial Prison. And Cream now trying to get some damage onto Hung. Scout looks for some return damage. And again, these plays into the mid lane just going to be denied.
I feel like Scout needs to walk up to his lane, considering that he will never, ever be 1 versus 1 with Cream at this point. It's either going to be a 3 versus 1 or no one's in lane. I feel like this was about like the 6th gank that they've thrown towards Scout, but Weiwei is looking at a very juicy flashless JACKEYLOVE.
No ult for Weiwei, does find the knock up here. Cleanse going to have to be used, but the satchel charge means that the cleanse does nothing. In fact, cleanse wasn't even used, he just died. He was just gone. JACKEYLOVE 0 and 1.
Top esports apart. Not only none of the ganks that top esports have thrown LNG's way hasn't stuck, but they also lose a member in the process. They lost JACKEYLOVE's flash in the previous iteration of that mid lane dive, and then now in this mid lane gank, they lose JACKEYLOVE's life as well. And you need something to be going well for you. The 500 gold lead from Cream has been majorly due to the fact that Scout has had to be absent from his lane, trying to recover his HP bar from getting ganked over and over again. And right now, LNG having that pressure through the bot lane. You've got the satchel charge as well, which is very close to taking down the tower. Bullet time has to be used from JACKEYLOVE, or they would be very close to losing tower or losing the life as well.
Weiwei just got his ultimate back available, but look at this damage out from Jackie and Mako. Hung forced over the wall. Jackie just needs one more auto, and Hung will fall in the end. Now TP's come in behind the top esports lineup. It's a double TP as GALA re-enters the play alongside Zika.
Yeah, Tien had already read that play, however, helping 369 take that first top lane tower. Full turret platings and first tower going in the pockets of K'Sante plus Brun. Good stuff right there. They're pressuring even tier 2 right now. You see LNG is going to slowly start closing in onto this K'Sante. 369 is going to start making his way over back to base, or they're gonna send him to base themselves.
Yeah, the cannon 369, it's what you committed for. You've got to get it at this point, surely. Knockup lands, stun lands. Hung has his whole combo available. Q3 used, that's the W used, the knockup is gonna fall again. The cannon 369, he got it! It's all worth it in the end. 369, he'll fall, Scout grabs a kill, but hey, we got cannon, we take those.
And you gotta have the chance to push a little bit on the map right here. Your K'Sante does have teleport. However, you don't have any other front line other than Mako. And Mako has been chunked down heavily, as you can see on your map. 369 is already walking to the objective because he has to be there to be the front line. However, LNG are first in the river.
Hung searching for an engage. 369 comes in the bottom side. Top esports want to move in. They want to fight this. Bullet time is available for JACKEYLOVE as a knockup comes through onto Mako. He just never gets to participate in the play. And Scout now finds the back line. Fate is sealed for top esports. Phenomenal fighting once again from LNG. Cream tries to send him packing, but with a double for GALA and blue buff in pocket, there's nothing top esports can do.
On to Mako, and then the rest is history. 369 with 80 squished, and Scout finds it another insane ult. And looking at the screen on the bottom left, 369 is dead.
Cream is going to surely go down as well. Okay, Zika doesn't have ult. He just used it, I assume. A better team today by what we've seen. Zika especially is going to have a field day in this game. He's got his side lane matchup is him versus K'Sante, but even when you think about the team fights like Brand, Corki, Misfortune, which of those is going to survive a Camille in a team fight when Zika gets a flag? Absolutely none of them. It's going to be so difficult to play against him later on in the game. And that's just him. That's not including the damage coming out from GALA, the flanks coming out from Scout, the engages from Weiwei and Hung. It just feels so potent from LNG. Top esports still in touching distance of gold though. They're only 1,000 gold down, but it is 3 Drakes for LNG right now, and I'm not sure in 5 minutes time if top esports will really want to fight.
I want to put a little bit of an eye on the map on what happens right now.
This is another tier 2 for LNG. They did this in game number 1. 18 minutes, they take a tier 2. They did it at 15 minutes in game number 1. They've got a cheat code on taking tier 2s early.
As well, LNG's all over. Scout in the back.
Scout's behind him. He's looking for his angle. I don't think he'll find it though, with Hung chunked out before the fight really started. Herald goes down. Oh my days, the damage from GALA. At minimum, it's the tier 1 in the mid lane. LNG might look for a little bit more. Nice from Weiwei. Bullet time had already come through though. Meiko now knocked up, and Scout will find his man, but actually burnt to a crisp in the meantime. Tien, great combo to answer. 1 for 1 and the tower stands. Really showing us how it's done today. This has been a bit of a masterclass. Did get caught in that previous play. Still managed to find his man before going down, but a good response from Tien. See what Tien can do with a bit more of a carry in his hands. He's got a 1,000 gold lead in that jungle. He's going to have to go big if top esports want to win a dragon fight. Zika?
Zika?
That is not your jungle right now. Goes for a 2v1 on Tien and Meiko. The CC chain is good. The damage just is not there. Meiko might go down here. He jumps into him just to get cut in half. It's a 2 for 1 because actually there's a kill elsewhere. GALA managed to kill off JACKEYLOVE.
I think they engaged on him in the mid lane. Reminder, there is no tier 1 mid lane tower for JACKEYLOVE to hide under.
I mean, yeah. I don't think Meiko realized that was propped. JACKEYLOVE.
Yeah, that was a JACKEYLOVE misstep, right?
That Gromp is not farm to him, it's a tool. It's preparation is what it is.
Oh, the Camille flank.
Weiwei is also looking for a flank. He's going to get over the wall here. Okay, no, he stays in the pit in the end. Zika, the only flanker for now. LNG just going to start the Drake off. They can put so much pressure onto top esports. Zika still unseen. He's behind enemy lines, but he was spotted. He was spotted. 369 has TP and will join the play, but he needs to get here soon because Zika is on the backside here, has his Q3 ready as everyone dives onto the backline and Tien is just removed. He still survives somehow as Weiwei in the pit. 1 HP needs to be there to smite the Drake. Zika on the backside goes down. The smite comes on through and top esports, they find themselves the Drake and maybe the fight as well. Looking for more, a Scout over the wall and top esports, hold on.
Top esports are going to start that one through. Meiko is sprinting from base as well. LNG are possibly looking to contest.
This is about to get spicy, isn't it? You can feel it in your soul. Top esports, they're on the Baron right now. GALA has all of his bombs and so many low health bars, but Meiko has found a flank in the meantime and sets up for a kill onto the rat instead. Ziggs escapes though on a satchel. GALA gets out of it and Hung predicts the Q from JACKEYLOVE. It doesn't matter. It's still Baron for top esports. It's still a huge win for the boys in blue.
And now they're in numbers advantage on the Rift. Top esports, they can push 2 lanes at once, burned up minions all over the place. JACKEYLOVE and Meiko should still be very careful stepping up. LNG are still super powerful with the items they have in their inventory, and Weiwei is right there to pull the trigger at any given moment. I feel like the previous fight, a lot of it came down to 369 and how he held Zika on the side, not allowing that Camille to absolutely wreak havoc in his backline. Top esports are going to take that mid lane tier 2 pressure. One more wave. That was the inhibitor tower. But sooner or later, 30 seconds remaining just about. Zika again on the flank.
Okay, seen on a ward, won't commit. 369 finishes the tier 2 bot side. Nice Baron play from top esports. They get 2,500 gold. And remember, we were saying it in game number 1, top esports have been a bit of a slower team more recently. And in that game number 1 against BLG, they looked so disciplined. When they had the lead, when they had control in the late game, their macro was fantastic. The way they played the map was beautiful. Maybe they can recreate that here against LNG. 3,000 gold lead. Meiko, I think quite happy to just soak up that ult from Weiwei. These big team fight ultimates from the AD carries will be so crucial if they can find their marks. But like you said, if Tien's caught again like last time, he will not survive this time around. Hung engaged upon by Meiko, but Drake is already down to half HP. Tien committing on the top side. He needs to get in this pit, try and fight for the dragon. He's stunned up, and that's solved. LNG make it look easy. They waltz away with an objective, and top esports just left wondering what on earth went wrong. Maybe when you've got Umbral Glaive, that's hoovering. LNG trying to hoover up Baron, and Top Esports don't know about it for the time being. They want to try and face check in. They thought it was maybe a push bait. Okay, on that Baron, and the blue trinket will be enough to force LNG away. They don't actually want the fight, and instead, Top Esports are the ones to start the Baron off. Instead, Zika is hunting Cream on the mini-map, but I think spotted himself. Top Esports back away from the Baron once more.
I feel like this is a fight to see whose TP can you pull in from which team.
Yeah.
So Top Esports are starting the Baron, trying to bait Zika's TP, but also Cream cannot overextend. To reiterate, 3.5.
Oh, huge. This would be a huge pick if Weiwei goes down. JACKEYLOVE trying to chase it. Flash comes out. Tien actually flashes to get onto Scout. Instead, Face Seal gets him across the wall. But will it get him out to safety? He's slowed. He's so slowed. The Rylai's is so valuable. Knocked into his GA. Oh no, Top Esports they've overextended. And now the punish from LNG, taking them apart. 2 freebies and 369 tries to turn it around onto Hung instead. Top Esports 3v5 here. They want to try and contest this Baron. I don't know if this is even fightable for the squad. Top Esports, they've done 3v5s before, and Mako happily charging on forwards. Baron peeled away from, but with a Mountain Soul, surely LNG are happy to tank it.
Yeah, I feel like LNG don't really want this, especially since they don't have any ultimates to engage with. Every single thing was used onto JACKEYLOVE and Tien. This time around, though, Top Esports are going to throw their hands up in the air, pushing that mid lane wave. And
Hung steps up. Mako actually finds a Zenith Blade, and that's all he'll find. And suddenly, he's on the front line, and he doesn't want to be anymore. Bullet time onto Weiwei. Scout now over the wall, and he's found JACKEYLOVE again. How does he do it every single time? Forced back out of the play, and JACKEYLOVE doesn't quite go down. These extended engages are so sloppy back and forth, so incredibly close.
Oh, the TP flag coming in for 369.
Oh no, GALA, he stayed for the tower. Can he escape? 369 is trying to find him, but
He's
369 is going to walk into 4 people here. Buffers the CC, gets knocked up after the fact. The damage is slow, but it is enough to finish off. No! All out and a flash into the top side. Tien forced away by GALA, who is still going strong. And in the meantime, Zika took a tower.
And if you're wondering, how is this still going on? How has no one died as Tien uses his stall ports right there?
Elder Dragon on the map, and Scout is just soloing it, by the way, while Top Esports consider whether or not they want to contest. Look at the damage that's already been done by GALA. It's so hard to push into the Sigs. The bombs just consistently flying out, and everyone from Top Esports jumped to pieces, and Scout finds it once more. It's too beautiful from the LNG mid laner. GALA escapes. He's burning. He will fall in the end. It doesn't matter, but his flawless KDA is ruined. LNG 19-8 as they dismantle Top Esports.
LNG do not allow access in the river to Top Esports. The bombs from GALA poked everyone's HP bar so low, and LNG with a very statement series versus Spring's second team in the LPL.
Absolutely magnificent stuff from LNG. A 2-0 over Top Esports, over the team that many heralded as the favorite of the group. Top Esports now 0-2 after losing.